Hello, relatives. My name is Sarah Eagleheart. My Lakota name is Wambli Shinawi, or Eagle Shawl Woman, and I'm a member of the Ogallala Sioux tribe, raised in the Lake Creek district of the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation outside of the town of Martin, South Dakota. Many times I'm asked, "What do you do?" Meaning, what do I do as a missioner or program officer for the Episcopal Church? I do so much amazing work with so many incredible leaders, and this is what it all comes down to. I'm a bridge builder, a reconciler, an advocate, a healer. As a bridge builder, I represent the Church's commitment to racial justice and equality for and among the diverse communities of Indigenous peoples. My overall work focuses on equipping Episcopalians to serve Christ by seeking justice, peace, and love, and to serve the people of the Episcopal Church by connecting them to educational, contextual, creative, and innovative resources needed for spiritual transformation. Indigenous Ministries covers the United States and is now reaching out to resource Indigenous Episcopalians in Latin America and the Philippines. As a reconciler, I interpret and develop programs which respond to, enable, and empower Indigenous peoples and their communities. Crucial to this empowerment is the need to educate, communicate, and advocate on behalf of treaty rights and Aboriginal rights, working with and supporting clergy, laity, tribal council leaders, Indigenous networks, and local community organizations. Current program priorities and highlights revolve around resolutions from the 2009 General Convention, including the unprecedented decision to repudiate the doctrine of discovery. By doing so, the Episcopal Church became the first church to make a public commitment to all Indigenous peoples to review policies and programs with a view toward exposing the historical reality and impact of the doctrine of discovery. It calls upon all Episcopalians to seek a greater understanding of Indigenous peoples and support their ongoing efforts for their fundamental human rights, treaty rights, and inherent sovereignty. Current church-wide educational and formational resources are available now. And this year, we will take this work to the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women and the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues. Another example of reconciliation is a 2010 partnership with White Bison Incorporated in response to domestic poverty alleviation, centering on Native American communities. This marked the first time a traditional Native American nonprofit organization and the Episcopal Church worked collaboratively to provide culturally sensitive training programs of healing. Asset-based community development training is also employed as a means to alleviate poverty through community organizing. This ongoing joint training is happening now. As an advocate, I advocate for Indigenous peoples from children to youth to elders at your local church, with diocesan bishops, and within the international structure of the Episcopal Church, as well as with ecumenical partners at Washington, D.C. and the United Nations. Last January, I was honored to attend the World Council of Churches Indigenous Programs consultation entitled Affirming the Spiritualities of Life. One of the significant understandings was that Indigenous missionaries today see themselves as walking with the people, not for the purpose of converting. This event continues a dialogue of support as we seek to maintain and recover our land's identity, festivities, liturgies, and recover all of the features of our rituals. Last May, I was also honored to be hosted by the Maori leaders of the Anglican Church in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Polynesia to witness the devastation of the 2010 earthquakes in the city of Christchurch. Since my visit, Presiding Bishop Catherine Jeffords Shorey has pledged to support the rebuilding of Maori community rehabilitation housing. And finally, as a healer, I make connections with all of you, visiting people from the church pew to Indigenous communities to Washington, D.C., to the United Nations to share the story of our work together. For more information on my ministry, please visit episcopalchurch.org/Indigenous Ministries. We are all related. Madakuya Oyase.